The upcoming patch for Rise of Kingdoms takes a whole bunch of things that you thought you understood about the game and flips them on their head, where they're adding a new KvK format, which sounds amazing. But in this new format, they're going to make it so that siege units can fire at a distance, and you can set up your troops to form a physical blockade that the enemy can't walk past. Oh, and they're changing KvK Season 1. Oh, and they're adding coalition markers and a new game mode, by the way, where the last person standing is the winner in an 8-person brawl. Stick around in this video for the detailed patch review, which is honestly very exciting and crazy. And, well, before we begin, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, War and Order. This is War and Order, the city building war game that I've been playing for over a month now with the Smash Squad, where we have 3 alliances, and yes, you can join us. The link is, of course, in the description, but in this segment and in several segments this month, I want to show you different aspects of the game and how they work, and hopefully you'll use the link in the description to download the game and check it out, and you can even play with us in Realm 1492. So in today's segment, I want to show you about the tower defense mode, and this is just one of the mini games that I really enjoy in War and Order, and to make this extra hilarious, I am going to lose by playing at 4x speed. There are different towers in a tower defense game mode. Some do area of effect damage, like the cannon towers. These mage towers do amazing single target damage. And oh my gosh, the arrow towers have extra range. Doing this at 4x speed is extremely difficult. Don't try this at home. The more monsters you kill, the more crystals you get. You use crystals to do extra upgrades on your towers. And the higher level your towers are, the more damage and range they have. And I think I smashed the upgrade button fast enough that I might actually win this particular mini challenge. Final wave is on its way. Let's go. We got this, right? Right? I think, oh man, I think maybe we win here. Good job, everybody. If you want to check out War and Order, use the link in the description. You can just download it and play these mini games if you want, which I find to be very, very fun. Or if you want to play with us in the Smash Squad, join us in Realm 1492, and the final boss is on the way, and let's go, winner! The patch will land on 5/16, and the first thing that they talk about in this is actually something that feels very similar to what we've seen in the past. It's a 7-day event series, the museum event. I thought we were going to get like a Mother's Day event, and they must have like missed the time window for launching a Mother's Day event, and they were like, well, what's another holiday that starts with M? Museum Day? And so here we have Museum Day and the 7-day event series. There's going to be a Master of Craft, collect clay and exchange it for rewards. So there's going to be probably a premium and alternate currency system where you trade in for certain rewards that you like, including an epic city theme, which is kind of cool. The treasure hunt allows you to use lambskin parchment maps to guide your scouts. I'll have a card up in the top. You can watch this later about how that event probably works. The race against time. And all of this is like, okay, you know, we have seen event series before. So if you spend in the game, there will probably be a recharge event. In fact, almost certainly, including a special bundle and other things. That's a great time to spend because you get a bunch of extra stuff for the same amount of money that you would have spent in-game potentially anyways. But let's talk about the new stuff. This is where things get really crazy. Let me put on my announcer-ish voice for this one. You ready for this? On the ruins of an ancient battleground, the sandstorm blows fierce. Here, warriors of many kingdoms gather, crossing earth scorched by the fires of war, recruiting mercenaries to fight for the ultimate glory. 8 governors will enter the War of the Ruins battlefield solo, each selecting 1 troop to do so. So bring your best march. Mercenaries will appear on the battlefield. Lead your troop toward them to recruit them and gain more units. Defeating other governors' troops will allow you to recruit their soldiers onto the battlefield. Troops on the battlefield will periodically be granted a random skill. This is kind of, I don't know, randomness in competitive game modes makes me a little triggered, but okay, you get a random skill. The battlefield is a harsh mistress. The fires of war will approach the centers of the map. I mean, this is like straight up a battle royale, which I'm into. It's just there's only 8 people, but maybe they'll add more later. This is like straight up battle royale, right? Like the map closes in on you. Okay, we've seen this in other games. The last troop standing will be victorious. Note, go to the App Store to download the latest game update and take part in the War of the Ruins. Check the event screen. Okay, so you will need to download the new version of the game. I feel like you normally need to do a download of the new version of the game. But you like, if you don't download the new version, you really aren't playing this, okay? So I think that a battle royale in Rise of Kingdoms, if done well, could be very fun. I would believe it. I'm eager to see. And like, if the mercenaries do different things, like that would be cool too. I mean, I guess if you're just recruiting like infantry, archers, and cavalry, like, yay. But I don't know, man. I'd like to recruit some bears to come fight for me or something, you know? Like some of the abilities that you see, like in Ian's Ballads. Anyways, new game mode. Very excited. I very much look forward to playing it, which hopefully we can do in about 2 weeks. Lost Kingdom optimizations. An all-new Season 1 update, Endless War. So a new flavor of KvK for Season 1. They are reducing the number of kingdoms that are involved from 8 down to 4, which I think is a good thing, probably. The thing about KvK at the start of the game is that so many people don't know how the game works yet. So less kingdoms is just more simple, but also it allows for any one kingdom that's kind of domineering to take over, with a new map providing a brand new gameplay experience. So, I mean, it would have to be a new map, given that the maps as designed today are set up for 8 kingdoms. I assume this is going to look a lot like a Heroic Anthem map, with kingdoms starting maybe in the corners or maybe in the centers of each of the edges. All new kingdom technologies grant powerful buffs to kingdoms in development and in battle. This, to me, sounds a lot like Light and Darkness, KvK 3, where, like, you tech up, and I think that could be kind of cool. I'm into kingdom-wide tech. I think it's a pretty interesting way to make it so that playing the game actively is rewarded. New arena events. Slay barbarians within the time limit and challenge Chieftain Lohar to win bountiful rewards. This sounds like they're kind of preparing you for KvK, and presumably you get a bunch of tech for the kingdom, and that's a part of the reward process here, but we'll send notifications to kingdoms who are about to enter the Endless War after the update has gone live. I'm definitely eager to go check out the new KvK Season 1. Maybe I'll have to create a low-level account in a new kingdom just to be able to do that. But if you thought a new KvK Season 1 was spicy, what about a new KvK format for the Season of Conquest? In the new Heroic Anthem power-up, KvK, there is going to be a Pioneer event at launch, and this is the new format that brings ranged combat. So kingdoms currently in the Season of Conquest will have the chance to be the first to play the new Heroic Anthem power-up as a Pioneer. So you get a couple crystal keys, a little bit of gems. Thank you for being a pioneer in the new format. And what do you get access to? All new ranged combat. Story exclusive commanders. Remember that when you choose a version of KvK, it's called a story. So exclusive to this version of KvK, you can have these commanders that can use siege units to build arrow towers, allowing you to attack enemy troops from long distances. Story-exclusive commanders can only be used as a part of the story and will be removed when the story ends. So this is kind of interesting because, like, is this a way for you to take a bunch of players that are maybe even completely free to play and give them all access to this commander? And then this commander could be equally powerful to a top-end legendary, thus balancing, like, the free-to-play versus pay-to-win equation. I don't know. I don't know what that ultimately is going to look like. And still, there's probably tech. But, I mean, there is technically siege unit technology. So suddenly, is siege unit technology going to be really valuable in the Season of Conquest tech tree? I don't know. They're also adding a new blockade feature while marching. Friendly troops can pass freely, but non-friendly troops will not be able to pass when blockaded. Is this a situation where the team that blockades first just kind of wins? So you, like, set up a blockade that the enemy can't walk past and then set up a bunch of arrow towers behind it and then, like, GG? Is it game over? I don't know. This whole thing is something that I'm eager to see other players try for the first time and to cover it on the channel and to see how it goes. But I don't think any of my accounts will probably queue for that as the Pioneer launch. In addition, there's a new coalition diplomacy system, improved system for relations between coalitions. I didn't know we needed this. I don't know what this does. I'm curious to see what that is. Maybe it's just more management screens for the coalition. New alliance arrow towers. This is also insane. Crusader flags can be turned into alliance arrow towers, which automatically attack non-friendly cities. I hope that is all related only to this one version of KvK. Think about this for a second. Flags can be turned into alliance arrow towers, which automatically attack nearby non-friendly cities. Can you get zeroed by a Crusader flag? Like, how does this even work? And if your city is stuck in combat because of a Crusader flag, can you not heal your troops? Like, are you just done? I am definitely confused about Crusader flags attacking cities and what the range is. If the range is really short, then that's fine, I guess. You can build your Crusader flags in a way such that you can attack enemy cities. But are people just like not even going to be able to effectively port on territory because they're going to be worried about getting hit by enemy flags? This KvK format is just a grab your popcorn and we'll all enjoy somebody being the guinea pig for how this works. Hopefully this is a fun and balanced experience, and I will be covering that on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss when those videos go live. But let's get to the next thing here. Improvements to the Season of Conquest story, Desert Conquest. They've added a new fortress management system, allowing you to manage your fortresses quickly and easily. A new dispatch recall feature, allowing you to return the troops that you sent to those fortresses. An improved user experience for the fortresses. That all seems fine for a KvK format that I'm still waiting to play until my kingdom kind of feels like it is as fun as Strive for the Eight or Heroic Anthem. Other improvements. When a city's location becomes a part of enemy territory during Lost Kingdom, it will be automatically teleported back to its starting province. This is a big deal. This might be one of the biggest things in here, actually. I mean, okay, the new game mode's obviously bigger, but this is important because the meta in KvK right now is kind of lame. When you are defending a tough area that you want to slow the enemy, what you would do is, as your flag's about to burn, you teleport a bunch of cities onto that land and then just leave all your cities there bubbled. And then when the enemy comes along and tries to build through and push the front forward, they can't actually port cities in to fight because all your bubbled cities are blocking all the teleport spots, and you can attack a flag more easily and all kinds of other stuff. It's really nasty if you are the kingdom that's putting all those bubbled cities in there. So I think this is really, really needed to kill the lame, extremely lame meta of leaving behind bubbled cities. So when a city becomes a part of enemy territory, it will be automatically teleported back to its starting province. That way, they tried to fix this with the King skill Exile, but I think this is a much more elegant solution, and Exile is still valuable, but you can flag over somewhere and boom, now things will get ported. The new coalition marker feature, hallelujah, man. We have been waiting for coalition markers since the beginning of coalitions, and I am so happy that they have finally added coalition markers. I mean, I am happy with this update for this alone. Coalition markers, baby. And if you've ever organized, you know. And if you've ever been in a KvK where you're saying on voice, hey, star marker is this, and then someone else is like, oh, but I'm in some other alliance. We don't have a star marker. You know that coalition markers are god tier. They have been needed for so long. Other optimizations. New commander filtering system, allowing you to filter commanders according to their unit type or specialty. Hallelujah. Let me tell you, I am embarrassed about how frequently I can't find a commander. I guess that feature's kind of for me. Change conditions for obtaining or scrapping beginner's immigration items. Jumper groups, look out once the update goes live. Newly created characters will not be able to obtain beginner's immigration items if not in the preparation season. So the jumper process is being further constrained. You have to be in a new kingdom to be able to use your beginner's teleport. I'll have a card up in the top for my beginner's teleport video, my jumper guide. I need to do probably a new version of that guide, but every time I'm about to launch one of those, the process changes. So be on the lookout for what the new process will be. Also, join my Discord server, discord.gg/Chisgule, if you're looking for a jumper group. I think we have one of the more active chats where jumpers get organized, but I'm sure it's just one of many. And also, unused beginner's immigration items will now be scrapped once your city hall reaches level 8 or your kingdom reaches the Eve of the Crusade Season 1. So this, I think, is not too surprising. I thought you couldn't use the jumper item once you got to City Hall level 8 anyways. So now they're like, oh, if you reach City Hall 8, we'll just get rid of the item because you can't use it anymore. I think some number of people are going to be very confused as to where their item went because they won't understand, but is what it is. And then Eve of the Crusade, this is just further constraining. I think the number of kingdoms that you could start in before doing your jump. The Season of Conquest bundles, Conqueror's Will, Mountain Warfare, and Battle of the Peaks, will only be visible to governors who have reached City Hall 25. Can you imagine being not City Hall 25, but somehow in the Season of Conquest and wanting to buy a crystal bundle, and then being like, wait, I can't use the crystals, and then they all get reclaimed? I don't know who's in that boat, but apparently enough people that they put in the new constraint on that. They improved the graphics for the Trial of the KvK. Look, this patch is actually kind of insane. New ranged combat with a special commander that makes it so that siege units can do ranged. I mean, plot twist. Nobody saw that one coming, okay? And what talent trees are they going to have? Who freaking knows? Who knows, man? Are they going to add a new siege talent tree? Are they going to add new siege equipment? Is siege equipment even going to be relevant? Or are the towers just going to do fixed damage and it's not going to matter? There's just so many questions I have about how that's going to work. Will blockades be completely OP? The one thing I will strongly commend the developers for doing here is that they put it into a single KvK format and that they didn't just like change KvK everywhere. Love that they are putting that in a special place where the people who want it can go mess with it. And I'm going to play around with that for a little bit, I would think, at some point, but I don't know, man. And then this new Battle Royale. I mean, look, I'm pretty sure it qualifies as a Battle Royale, although the number of players might be too low. But does it just qualify as a Battle Royale when the flames of war approach the center of the map, dealing continuous damage to troops caught in the choking sand and dust? I mean, sounds to me like a Battle Royale, and I'm definitely eager to play that. If you want to see all that and more, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when I cover each and every one of these events when they go live. And also, be sure to check out the sponsor of this video, War and Order, linked in the description. Downloading the game does support the channel, and I also think you might have some fun. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.